See if it's recording. Looks like it's recording. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this video, it's probably because I sent you a link, and so hi sis. Um, so this is an update as to what's going on with me. I haven't posted on this channel for a while, and nobody knows about this channel. You do now. I've had a very interesting week. My heart is really giving me some grief lately, so I'm going to bring you up to speed as to what's happening with that. A week ago today, I will leave after this. I'll show you the different videos I made on the particular day. I noticed my heart was going a little bit out of control. I was at work at the time, and so I asked the boss to bring me to the hospital because I knew that that's what was required. I got brought into hospital, and they had to shock my heart electrically back into a regular rhythm. That's how it's going with me at the moment. Yesterday, same thing. So yesterday I was got up 6 o'clock in the morning, as I do, to go to work, prepared to go to work. I noticed that my heart was already starting to fibrillate, and it just didn't stop. It was about 11 o'clock, and we decided, okay, I'd already called in sick, knowing that I was going to have to go to hospital. I didn't eat anything because I know that when they make this procedure, they always ask, what have you had to eat? When was the last time? So I just didn't eat anything. So I went to the hospital yesterday, 11 o'clock. They hooked me up to see, okay, there's definitely an issue. Last time, as you'll see shortly, they pumped some drugs into me first. When that didn't work, then they gave me the shock. This time, we decided, me and the doctors decided that the drugs not going to work. Why even bother? So, but since there were several emergencies coming in, I had a bit longer of a wait, but at least I was hooked up to the system where they could keep an eye on me. And then around, I think it was 3 o'clock, they wheeled me into the resus area and pumped the drugs into me, not quite enough, and shocked my heart back into a regular beat. I felt the shock this time, so yeah, that was good. So this is just a quick overview of what happened. To tell you the full story, here I am. Sorry to bring it to you like this, but I think this is the best way to do it. So you can see my face, you can see I'm still alive, but now you know how far it's going with me. Looks like I'm the same way as Dad went. I am going as well. A little bit worse because Dad only got shocked once, and this is my second go. I've had a change of medication, which I'm on now. A pretty high regime to start with, and then they're going to slope it down to see if this will keep my heart under control. I've got all the equipment here to keep an eye on things. I've got an ECG that my darling wife bought online, plus a finger thing, so I can check my oxy and heart rate on a regular basis. So without any further ado, I'm just going to put the videos on that I made on the day it happened. That's when it was the clearest in my mind, and it'll give you the best insight as to what went on. So here we go. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen. Got an interesting story for you. I would like to explain my day to you. It's been rather exciting. Okay, I went to work this morning as I do normally during the week, and had smoko at about 10 o'clock, had my banana sandwich as always with a cup of coffee, went back to work on my folding machine, and for some oddball reason my heart decided no, I'm going to go full out fibrillation. So I noticed my heart fibrillating, and it's one of those things where you either, you just wait, will it go away? No. So I decided to just let it go. It might sort itself out. So I carried on, finish the job I was doing. I was also showing somebody how to do dispatch. So yeah, So I helped him out, make sure everything was running, and it was still going, still going. So I went upstairs to the smoker room where I keep my little finger thing to show me what the heart rate is doing, because I want to know whether it was just a high heart rate or whether it was fibrillating, because I couldn't really tell. I could feel it was fibrillating, but sometimes the high heart rate feels a bit the same way. So I put this finger thingy on my finger to see what was going on, and I couldn't even register what was happening. It was just totally confused. No, I could see that it was all over the show, so I connected it to my phone to see what was happening, and it was definitely fibrillating. So okay, shit. I'm gonna give it 5 minutes, 5 more minutes, and then. So 5 minutes, still carrying on. So I said, ah, shit. So I told the boys, hey, look, looks like I'm gonna have to go to the hospital here. So I went to the office. Office guys grabbed the boss. Boss piled me in the ute, brought me to emergency, dropped me off there, and I went to do emergency. I told them what was going on. So they put the things on me and said, oh yeah, we see it's all over the show. So filled out the paperwork, finally got me to a bed, put me in a bed, hooked me up, just let me relax there for, must have been 20 minutes, and said, okay, we're going to have to do something. So they grabbed some stuff that looked like saline, but it wasn't. It was in a smaller bag, and I hooked it up to a pump unit and through an IV, which I've now got a plaster, and they pumped that into me. Said, okay, this is going to take an hour to pump this in, and we'll see if that will kick your heart back into a regular beat. So they did that for an hour. Once the hour was finished, my heart had settled down, but it was still fibrillating. I said, okay, we're going to give it a bit longer, but it looks like we might have to do it the old-fashioned way and shock you. So they were like, okay. So I ring the wife, just to keep her informed that that's what was going on. You got to keep your wife informed. So I said, well, if this doesn't calm down, they might have to shock me. So I said, okay, not a problem. As I hang up, they wheel me into the next room, and they start hooking me up, put the pads on me for the shocking, put drips in me, put oxygen on me, explain what they're going to do, and then they pump the anesthetic in. Now it's good. Instantly you can feel it go up your arm, and all over a sudden your eyes are just going up and down and up and down and up and down. They ask you to count to 100. I can remember being in the 30s and 40s, struggling to get it in the right order, and all over a sudden everybody ignored me and just went about their business, and leaving the room, and I was just waiting. I said, okay, when is this going to happen? And I was slowly starting to wake up, and I could feel the anesthetic wearing off. And so, okay, this is getting scary. If they're going to shock me, I'm going to be wide awake, you know. And but slowly but sure, I had a look, because they just connected drip onto me when I went in there, and it didn't look like anything had gone down. But something was odd. So once I woke up a little bit more, I looked around the room and noticed that the defib unit was gone. So wait a minute, they might have already done it. And I look at the screen, and my heart rate's back to a normal rhythm, and 76 beats per minute, nice and normal. My chest feels okay. And I'm looking around going, it's already done. So a short time later they saw that I was awake, and said, how are you? I'm feeling fine. So I gather it's all done then. Yeah, you're all done, all ready to go. So for me, there was no conscious recollection that anything had happened. It went from one moment to the next. It wasn't until I looked down at my phone and had a look that an hour had passed. I'm missing an hour. That's when I realized, okay, it's already done. I'm waking up after the fact. The only indication that I've got that they've done it is I must have bitten my tongue when they shocked me, because I got a sore on my tongue now. But other than that, my heart's back to normal rhythm. I'm fine. So they waited till I woke up, gave me a glass of water. The moment I was feeling good, handed me my discharge papers, and I could go home. So that was part one. So that was a week ago. So now I'll explain what happened yesterday. Here's part two. Typical. Turns my light off. Okay, hopefully it's recording. Yes, it's recording. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again. Another update for you. Today was another shocking day. But before we begin, I suppose we better put some music in the background so it sounds a hell of a lot better. Johan! Yes. Okay. Update. First and foremost, we must always have a coffee. Okay. So today went pretty much the same as the other day, 6 days ago, when I had to go to the hospital and get shocked. My heartbeat yesterday was not too bad. I was getting a lot of short beats, or what the nurse today called atopic beats. That's these guys. But other than that, it was nothing too bad. I decided not to go to work because every time I stood up, it felt like things were starting to, I don't know, get out of control is the only way I can describe it. But today, 6 o'clock in the morning, I decided to get up. From the moment I swung my legs out of the bed and stood up, my heart decided, nah, we're not going to do this today, we're going to do something else today, and it went into total irregular beats, so AF basically. And I thought, oh well, I'll just see how this goes. It might settle down, might not, I don't know, so I'm just going to do what I have to do. So took a shower, got dressed, brushed my teeth, got ready for work, got my lunch ready, got Sherry out of bed, made sure that Maximus wasn't behaving himself, and sat there just drinking my morning coffee, and it wasn't getting any better. It wasn't as bad as last time, but I could still see that no, I can't work with this going on. So I said to Sherry, I'm not going to work today, I'm going to call in sick. We're just going to see how it goes. And we were humming and hawing, what do we do? Do we go to the medical centre or do we go to the emergency department? And I said, well, at the moment, I don't know if it's going to kick into high gear or if it's going to settle down. So how about we wait? So we decided to wait. She took the dog to the dog park, so he had a bit of exercise. She came back home, and it wasn't any better, so we had a short conversation, and Sherry goes, well, it's pointless going to the medical centre, because all they'll do is just stick you in the ECG, and they're going to charge us for it, and then they're going to call an ambulance and send us to the hospital anyway, so how about we just go to the emergency department. So that's what we did. I'm happy to say that they've got the emergency department sorted out now, so I got through there relatively quickly. The fact they recognised me from just 6 days ago helped a great deal as well. So I got seen to fairly quickly, ECG, put on the machine, and then I had to wait. The decision was made fairly quickly that they'll have to do the same thing again. I had a choice. They said, you want to try the medication what we did last time? I said, well, look, it didn't work last time. There's no indication it's going to work this time, so how about we just skip this procedure and go straight to shocking me like you did last time. So okay, yeah, we sort of had the same idea, so that's what we'll do. There is a bit of a wait because there are several emergencies going on. So I was in the hospital around 11 o'clock, and they couldn't get me in there to do the shocking until about 3. So that's when it brought me in there, same as last time, pumped me full of drugs, good stuff. But this time, it didn't pass in a split second. This time I felt the shock. And yeah, that's good, man. That'll make your hair stand on end. That is, woo, better than an electric fence when you're standing waist deep in water. And I can say that because I've done that. So after that, I can remember the guy goes, look, looks like we're all set. and then they just let me wake up out of the anaesthetic. So I was, I don't know, probably about 20 minutes. I slowly started to wake up. This time I knew what the story was, so straight away I look at the screen and yep, everything's looking normal again. Just waiting for me to wake up properly. Boss gave me a call, so I gave him the update of what had just happened. Gave my wife an update of what had just happened. 20 minutes later, I was allowed to leave and come back home, and here I am. So what I got now is new medication, it's the same medication Dad is taking. So we'll see how that works. They start me off on a heavy dose and then work me back to just a regular dose, just to see if that will bring things under control. So that's the latest update where we are now. So we got a before, get the right thing, before, just before, and then after I got shocked, this is what it looked like just a couple of minutes ago. So you can see it's still a bit irregular, but it's stable, it's steady. So that's my heart at the moment. So that's where we are. That's my latest update. I've been charged again. Just as well I keep my hair short, otherwise it would have been. So other than that, I feel good again. I'm a bit tired today. So I've had something to eat because I didn't have anything to eat all day. Because from 6 o'clock this morning I knew that I'm going to have to go into hospital, and the first thing they're going to ask is how long has it been since you've eaten. So this way I thought I'll get there quicker, but not knowing that all the emergencies there. So that's my update. That's my life at the moment. So that's the latest news. So it's been a bit of a ride. I'm not too sure how I'm supposed to feel about this. So far I've been dealing with this fairly well. It's more of, okay, I'm still here. A bit of excitement because I got defibrillated, so it's almost like, ooh, tick that off the bucket list. But slowly but surely the reality of the whole situation is starting to sink in. Poor old Sherry was a mess yesterday. She looked exhausted naturally. So I'm trying to support her the best I can. I keep apologising because what else can I do? But, you know, she keeps saying, hey, look, it's not your fault. I mean, this is a natural thing. It's whatever. What I have found out, I am a bit of a mutant. Apparently, in 2020, when they did an ultrasound of my heart, they found out that most people, their valves are split in three. Like, the valves comprise of three leaves, if you like. The second most common is two. I've got four. So, just something different. That doesn't affect anything as such, but it was an interesting bit of information to find out. So when I said to the doctor, ooh, I'm a mutant, he wasn't quite sure how to take that. But yeah, this issue with my heart, hopefully this latest medication will sort it out, because it's definitely ramping up. I mean, having to be defibrillated twice in the space of a week is getting a little bit beyond a joke. So hopefully out of this I'll get to see a cardiologist and I'll ask some serious questions as to moving forward what the hell is going to happen. So that's the update. I'm going to leave it there, let you process that, and I will go and make another cup of coffee. Thank you, and catch you later.